Yes, students, class 8. In previous video, we have studied about land resources, land use, soil resources, components of soil profile, factors affecting formation of soil, and now today we are going to discuss about the types of soil in India. There, India has a variety of soil due to varied topography, rainfall, and differences in parent rock. So, the first type of soil is alluvial soil, which is deposited by river as silt. It is the most extensive in the Indo-Gangetic and Brahmaputra plains. The older alluvium is known as Bangar and the new alluvium as Khadar. These soils are very fertile and sustain India's granaries. Thereafter, red soil. Red soil is developed by weathering of ancient crystalline indigenous rocks and peninsular plateau. It is mostly found in the areas in Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and Jharkhand. It is quite fertile and important for cultivation. Thereafter, laterite soil. Laterite soil is formed from crystalline rocks by intense leaching due to heavy rains. Laterite soil is formed from crystalline rocks by intense leaching due to heavy rains. It is mostly found in hilly areas in the Western Ghats, Chota Nagpur Plateau, and the Shillong Plateau. It is generally infertile. Thereafter, black soil. It is formed from weathering of basaltic lava sheets in the Deccan Trap region. Black in color, the rigger soil holds moisture and so are well suited for the growing of cotton, sugarcane, and millets. It is mostly found in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and parts of Tamil Nadu. Desert soil, which is mostly found in, as you know, with the name, mostly found in Rajasthan. With the help of irrigation, it can be used to grow millets and maize. Mountain soil, it is found in the Himalayan region and hilly slopes of eastern and western Ghats. Saline sandy soil. This type of soil is found in coastal region and suited to the growth of the coconut palm. Thereafter, we are going to discuss about water resources. Here, it is given a case study. You have to read it by yourself. After that, water resources. Water is a most important factor which influence the life of all the living organisms. It is required for humans, plants, and animals for their survival. We cannot grow food without water. We cannot. We have the need like cooking, drinking, etc. We also need it for industries. Without adequate availability of water, food chain will be disturbed and our ecosystem will be adversely affected. Plants need water for their growth and we need plants as they provide us with food, timber, medicine, herbs, etc. Thereafter, water cycle. In spite of massive use of water by all of us and plants, the mass of water on earth remains fairly constant over time. It is due It is due of the water cycle. Every day, the heat of the sun causes water on the earth's surface to change into gas. This process is known as evaporation. When water evaporates, it gets into the air as an invisible gas water vapor. Air can hold only a certain amount of water vapor. Some of the water vapor changes back into liquid. This is called condensation. Next, cloud form. They are made up of billions of teeny water droplets so light that they can float in the air. Sooner or later, this water falls to the earth as rain, sleet, hail, or snow. This process is called precipitation. The water that falls is fresh water. The cycle then begins again. Thereafter, distribution of water. Whatever the water resources that are unevenly distributed on the earth, at such places where losses exceed gains, there is a storage shortage of water. At places where gains exceed losses, water is surplus. Generally, annual precipitation is highest near the equator. The evaporation is also high in this region. However, evaporation is the highest in the subtropical region lying between the 20° and 35° latitude in both the hemispheres. Many deserts in the world like Thar, the Sahara, the Arabian Desert in the northern hemisphere and the western Australian desert in the southern hemisphere are located in the zones where evaporation is high and precipitation is low. The regions between 45° and 60° latitude usually have surplus water. Conservation of water resources. We have to conserve the water, and for that we have to maintain some steps, follow some steps to conserve it with so that we can use the water, fresh water, drinking water for a long time. Grow different types of natural vegetation to slow down the surface runoff. In this way, the underground water storage can be improved. Impound water resource by making check dams. Third one is rainwater harvesting technique can also be used to save surface runoff. Adequate amount of water should be used in irrigation process. In arid region, sprinkler, drip or trickle irrigation methods should be used in agricultural activities. Recycled water should be used as the coolant in the industries. And at home, the last one is at home we should also check the washed water of kitchen, and washing can be used for gardens and toilets. Thus, every member in the house needs to use water economically. Thank you. The chapter is over, and like this, our geography portion is also over.